Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Shane, and welcome back to the Horror Basement and another installment of the classic horror review series. Today we're going to be talking about Carnival of Souls from 1962. This movie follows Mary, our main character, who, in the very beginning of the movie, her and her friends are in a car race where the car that she's in careens off a bridge into a river, and she is believed to be the only survivor of the accident. So, because of this, she decides to leave her town and go to another town to become a church organist because she is a trained organ player. But as soon as she gets to the outskirts of this town, she notices this big, blurry structure in the distance in like the desert, because this is set in Utah. It's kind of out in the flats, and she notices this big building in the distance and seems immediately drawn to it. Now, not long after she notices that, she begins to be haunted or stalked by this weird old dude wearing what looks to be stage makeup. And that person playing the main ghoul, or the chief antagonist or monster of the movie, is actually the movie's director, Herk Harvey, who starred as the main ghoul, or co-starred as the main ghoul, as well as writing, directing, and producing the movie. You could say that Herk Harvey was like the Rob Zombie of the early 60s. He just did basically everything for the movie. Um, but yeah, Mary, that is not doing well acclimating to her new surroundings. She seems cold and emotionally distant, and the townsfolk take notice of that, as well as her erratic behavior being caused by being chased around, essentially, by the ghoul. Um, so she decides that the only way to take care of this is to go to this abandoned structure out in the desert, which is told to us to be an abandoned carnival grounds, hence the title Carnival of Souls. So she goes back. She goes there, I believe, twice actually throughout the movie. And the first time, nothing really happens, but then the second time, sure enough, as she's at her wit's end, the main ghoul comes out, and with all the other ghouls that are just wet dudes and ladies in stage makeup, and they chase her around for a bit, and then once she starts to run out into the flats to escape them, she is consumed by the horde of them as they all like kind of dogpile on her. And then once the cops and the priest and all get there, her body is gone. But wait, we then cut back to her hometown, and it turns out Mary actually died in the car accident, and this whole movie was essentially bullshit. So, other than the plot of the movie, one thing that's often bandied about this movie is its creation. Because as I've said, Herk Harvey, the director, who prior to directing this was actually a professor of film theory. This was his first and I believe only feature film, and like I said, he directed, wrote, produced, and co-starred in the movie. And this movie was actually made on a budget of only $33,000, which is not enough money to make a movie, even back in 1962. So when the film was originally released, I don't think not a lot of people got it. It wasn't really that popular. But as the years went on, it kind of developed a cult following, and went on to kind of inspire other famous horror directors, like most notably George A. Romero, said that he liked the movie and it kind of inspired him back when he was himself a film student. Yeah, so, generally speaking, now people like this movie. People really like this movie. So it pains me to do this, but I did not enjoy the movie. Um, Now, obviously, this is meant to be kind of a slow burn and a psychological horror, and that's why it's become so popular because it it was kind of the one of the first of its kind and went on to inspire um, more psychological and tension based horror later. But honestly, I think it's a little bit too subtle, so it ends up kind of being just feeling like an overlong, boring movie. And it doesn't really help that the ghouls, considering they're just like people with white makeup and black around the eyes, they aren't really scary as far as movie villains go. And whereas later films like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween really benefited from their low budget look, and it added like a sense of grittiness to it. Um, the obviously super tight constraints of the budget makes this look like it's kind of a boring, almost like a TV movie almost. Uh, so overall, this is going to be the most controversial take I've had as far as this classic horror review series has been thus far, because usually, you know if it's a good movie or bad movie, but this is actually a pretty popular film. I think Cinemassacre, the angry video game nerd, like put this in one of his like top 10 horror movies of the 1960s. But we're all entitled to our opinion. So overall, I would not recommend this one. This would be a good movie to skip because honestly, I don't see the appeal of it. So that's going to be it for today's video. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment on what you want me to review next, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you.